Welcome to another video here with Queen City Reefs and more. Dum. Yes, guys, I shaved it all off. I shaved it off because I just felt like it. I've had the beard for so long that I just, felt like it. So I can tell you I won't be doing it again. I just, it feels odd. It feels very odd. I love my beard, so it'll be growing out. It'll be growing back out, guys. I'm gonna let it grow back out. Anyways, I want to see if I can capture my kids and my wife's reaction. My daughter's reaction was priceless. I wish I would have recorded it. I just walked up to her and went to sit on the couch, and on the way to go, walking up to her, she turns around to look at me, and as soon as she saw me, she goes, like, who the hell are you? And then, my voice give it away. But for, I want to say maybe 3 seconds or so, she thought I was someone else. And she said, I thought you were someone else and you scared me. So that would have been hilarious. That would have made a funny video, right? Let's see if I can catch my kids, my boys, and my wife's reaction when they get home. See you in a minute. All right, who just got here? I wanted to record your reaction. Yo pensé que se había fijado. Oh, ya. No. Pero es que lo quería, la reacción quería grabar. Alright, let's go ahead and say something.
Dad, grow it back! Do that! Grow it back!
You look so weird again.
Grow it back! I don't remember you.
No, I don't like it.
No. Can you have your beard back?
No, I don't like it. No.
Your cheeks look
No.
weird.
No.
Your cheeks.
Yes.
Your cheeks.
Ahorita te mando una foto.
Cheeks.
Dice que no quiere fotos. Dice.
Here comes Eric. Let's see his reaction.
Weird.
What?
Looks so weird.
I just figured I'd get y'all's reaction.
Wait, you
Oh
didn't
my god, it's so. I just like.
Why, honey? Why did you do that? Why?
What are you trying to say? I'm ugly?
I liked your beard and your mustache and it's gone.
I almost just left the mustache because I look so hilarious with just the mustache. and I kept looking at in the mirror when I had only the mustache and I had cut everything else, and I kept just laughing. And on one of those, I busted out laughing while shaving because I was actually gonna leave it off and I ended up messing it up. I was gonna end up eventually taking it all off, but I wanted for y'all to see just the mustache like this or whatever, which I thought was very funny.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm gonna let it grow again. I'm gonna cut everything off and just leave the mustache there.
I don't know how I feel. It's like a different person right now.
On the last video for this Maxspect jump, I left off where they sent me the wrong pump. And as awesome as we all know how BRS is, I let them know that I needed the pump ASAP because I was actually in the middle of having to install it because I want to install the UV sterilizer ASAP. So they did a overnight air, next day air, which was amazing. And so here we are now about to do the unboxing on the correct pump. Now this one is the MJDC 8K. The one that I had, they had sent me was a 6K. This one, guys, it's the same thing though. So I don't know if y'all really want to go through the unboxing, but we'll do it pretty quickly. The controller, as you know, these pumps are meant to be more affordable to reefers out there that don't care for Wi-Fi, don't care for Bluetooth, especially if you're going to use a controller to turn it off and on and all that stuff. At the end of the day, then you don't need all that, right? At least that's the way I saw it. And so This is just a basic controller with your feed mode, your modes, your plus and minus, which will control the speed of the pump. This goes up to, according to the box, it goes up to 2,000 gallons per hour. I could have sworn on BRS I saw that it said a little bit more, like 2,100 or something like that. But either way, guys, the recommended rate for the Peninsula is 1,700 gallons. I figured with the head pressure and all that, we would get exactly what we need from this. It's a beautiful pump. I mean, you can't deny it. I love this orange here. Now, we're never gonna see it. So one thing that I noticed people do, and this is maybe just being, you know, me being critical, is if you're gonna be one of those that is going to install the pump, especially in these Peninsula tanks like the Red Sea, where you can only open it from one side, the chamber that this goes into, you never see it again. So at the end of the day, does it really matter what the pump looks like, right? To some it does, because I know that they actually do show off their sump. You know, they customize their stand in a way where they can actually show off their sump, and I can see where something like that you would want to have something nice and pretty. But here's the pump itself. It comes with a power supply and then some fittings for the size that you're going to use. I believe one is a 3/4 inch and one is a 1 inch. I needed the 1 inch. We'll figure it out here in a minute. But anyway, so I wanted really to get the higher up pump, because I'm the type that I'd rather have more power and then just be able to dial it down. But what I noticed was that these pumps came with just 2 fittings. And on this is the 8K, so this is second to the lowest. Then there's a 10K and the 12K. The 10K and 12K, the bar fittings went up to 1 1/4 and 1 1/2, I want to say. And they didn't have a 1 inch for it. And then I tried to see if you could purchase it separately, and I honestly was not able to find where I could purchase this separately. So I decided to go with the 8K, which had the 1 inch bar fitting that I wanted, so that I can do a real quick and easy swap of what I have now and installing this. But that's why I went with the 8K, or else I probably would have gone with the 10 or 12K, which is what I would have preferred. But we'll see how this pump works. So what I plan on doing is installing this in the Peninsula, and then I'm going to use the E-Flux, current USA E-Flux that I have running there now, for the UV sterilizer. So that's why I was in a hurry to get this, so that I can use this as a replacement of the E-Flux, and then install the E-Flux for the UV sterilizer that I purchased from my local fish shop. It feels very nice to the hand, to be honest. It feels very well built, really good quality for the price. You know, less than double of, you know, what you would pay for an Ecotech. Don't get me wrong, I love Ecotech. I almost wanted to purchase a Vectra, but I just couldn't justify it, because I was trying to think that I wanted to make this a very simple setup for this tank, and I don't even plan on installing a controller, at least not now. Now anything could change. You all guys know that we set ourselves to say, hey, we're gonna do this with this tank, and then later either something new comes out, or you end up realizing why you need something and decide, hey, let me change what I said, and I'm gonna install a controller now. Anyways, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into the office, and I will be installing this. I'm gonna take you through it, but it's going to be in a time-lapse mode for 2 reasons. One, it might take me a while, and I doubt that you wanna spend this whole time watching me install this and sit there and think of how I'm gonna do it. And 2, I plan on putting music on, and if I put any music without getting any permission on YouTube, then you know how that goes. So you'll be hearing the YouTube, you know, the free music that you get on the YouTube studio, which is awesome, by the way. Anyways, guys, let's get this installed, and then I'll walk you through what I've done. All right, guys, so here is the tank. Let me show you just a quick update on the top part of this. Here's all the fish. They're all doing great. There's some of my torches. There's my Gani. Some A-cans that the one on the left looks to have retracted big time. I was just fine yesterday, so not sure, but it's dark already, and you know the lights are not full potential, so sometimes these corals tend to retract when it's that time. So here's where we're going to be working in. As you can see, I have an area for my chaeto, which as you can see, I have a bunch of brown algae growing in here. The walls are very brown in this area, as well as some green too. yet my chaeto appears not to grow. Everything else that's the kind of algae that you don't want is growing except the chaeto. But that's not why we're here today, guys. So we're here today to change this pump, the efflux. We're going to be, and it looks like it just goes up to 1 inch because I have it all the way to the top, and yeah, this is 1 inch fitting. So I would have had to do something else to try to get that 1.5 inch or 1 1/4 inch, which they have the reducers and all that, but I just didn't want to bother. So I'm going to set the camera on the tripod, and I am going to then start the process here of the exchange. All right, guys. All right, guys. So here we are with the plumbing. It was pretty easy. I mean, I used one of these plastic O-rings that come from BRS, where you use it to, you know, clip it this way. The tubing came off, you know, very easy. So here is this deal. I want to bring it just to the front so that I can then take off this next one. I'm not going to use this one. I guess this is the perfect time to actually clean this up. Here's your controller for this. I'll be honest, I don't like this. For one, it was too short, so I couldn't get it all the way to that, because there was a point in time that I was thinking of leaving this as my permanent pump, since it pumped enough water through. There's two reasons why I decided to go with a new pump. The main one being is that I would want this cable is long enough to be so that I can mount the pump and the controller pump to the control board here. And this wasn't long enough. Second reason is because I did feel that even though it shows to push enough water out, I didn't feel like there was a current in here strong enough to tumble. I'm hoping to tumble the chaeto that I have in here. I'm thinking that if there's enough current passing through, that maybe I'll get a small little tumble, at least while the ball is still small. Once it gets bigger, I may have to put a pump in here just to get that tumbling. At the end of the day, it was working, and it's just a reason to update. Especially, I don't know if you know, but during Black Friday, this pump was at 25% off, I believe. And so there was no way I could pass up, you know, an already cheaper than most pumps. But on top of that, it was 25% off. So you pretty much just grab the pump here. It has an O-ring in there, as you can see. And then it just literally fits like a glove. I mean, it's supposed to, right? It belongs to it. And then you just grab this screw in and make sure you screw it in right. Alright, so not sure why the camera stopped, but you can hear some slurping in here now. And the water in there has gone under the level that it normally is at. And I'm noticing that the auto top off, the little inch that it had, it went down. And here, it appears to be literally buried in the water. So normally there was a trickle right here where the water would actually trickle into the socks, and now it's underwater. So definitely going to want to lower the speed of this, but it is definitely more powerful than what I was thinking. I'm going to be honest. I was honestly thinking that full power was going to be better than the efflux, and just seeing how loud it is getting in there. I'm going to have to tone it down because now the water's starting to trickle over the socks here, and I don't want that. I want the water to go down through here and come out so that it actually is getting filtered. So definitely gonna tone it down, guys. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a happy camper with this pump. It appears to be very powerful. For those that don't care for control on your phone, which I'm not gonna lie, I love that type of controllability. But how many of us have done it without it for so long? I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have. We all have, and you know, all these added things to being able to control it and all that is just a bonus for us. So we're still able to do it without having to have a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth control, and that's what we have timers for. That's what we have now these smart plugs for, is where you can actually, you know, plug it up to to one of those smart plugs and control it through that as far as on and off goes, which is truly all you really need. But I'm gonna go ahead and mess with this, guys. I will give you an update on the next video when we're doing the UV sterilizer. I'm gonna mess with this to get it tuned right to the perfect setting, and I will give you an update on it later down the road. I could tell you my initial update right now, my initial review is that this pump is way better than I expected, and I am very, very happy with it just from the initial review right now, and I don't think that's going to change, but we shall see. I guess time will tell whether this pump messes up or not. As far as noise level, I hear a little hum, but once these doors are closed, honestly, that hum comes from the skimmer as well. I've heard the skimmer do that hum as well, and I mean, we'll see overall once everything's turned on. I'm about to tone it down anyway, so that hum should go a little bit lower. But alright, guys, here's a quick update of the tank. As you can see, there's a Nero 5 there. I wanted to see if it would be enough to be able to, you know, keep movement in this tank, and I'm gonna have to end up installing one that way there's two on each side, and I think that would be perfect for this tank. The MP40 is on that side, these on this side. I couldn't ask for any more. But thanks for tuning in, guys. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you like this video, please like it. I mean, it really helps out according to the analytics on YouTube. When you like a video, it makes recommendations to other people that are not subscribed to watch this video. And that's another form of sharing if you don't want to, you know, share this video on your social media with friends or whatever the case is. And then finally, comment below if you have any questions. Is there anything specific you want to know about this pump? Many questions you'd like for me to answer for you, and we can go from there, guys. Alright, I will catch you on the next one.